I don't think the general advertising ecosystem really understands gaming. I had a slide I used for about 10 years that described the sort of oil and water between mobile advertising and gaming and mobile advertising in the rest of the world. And they're so different. And we kept talking about why general marketers should get to know what's going on over on the gaming side because of the innovations that they were executing on. That's essentially a canary in the coal mine. And so I think a lot of Madison Avenue, the sort of brands and agencies that normally apply in the traditional spaces don't understand it and would be well served to understand the opportunity there.
So what opportunities should they understand? Is it about that there's 3.4 billion gamers in the world right now? Is it about the innovation that you alluded to? What do they need to understand?
So it combines a rare combination of attributes, gaming as an opportunity for advertising. It's got enormous scale, like ridiculous social media, walled garden-like scale, but the engagement is off the charts. No one's doom scrolling games. They're focused and they're very interested in what they're doing. So I think with the right formats, and you don't want to interrupt them when they're gaming, there's great opportunities to provide them with rewards, points, incentives. There's just lots of ways to engage. And then the final point is the demo is off the charts. It's super young, and by the way, and old. Here's the thing, it's not just young males. It's a lot of young, it's just so many people, it's billions. So it captures a demo that's otherwise hard to find.
But how do you view the link or the convergence between mobile gaming, commerce, and performance playing out? Do they inform each other? Should gaming and say commerce be separate in advertisers' eyes? How do you see it?
So the gaming advertisers were, as I described, the canary in the coal mine as it relates to innovation in advertising, in the sense, in particular, as it relates to performance. So what they clearly understood was the relationship between lifetime value of a customer and the customer acquisition costs, and essentially delivered in their environment a near perfect closed loop of data, which allowed them to very, very accurately find customers they knew would convert. And as a result, the endemic advertisers in that instance, in the early days, and now opening up to a broader universe, we're finding that in the context of gaming, advertising ceases to be a discretionary expense and rather becomes a cost of goods sold. In other words, that relationship between CAC and LTV was so tight that you were basically pay $1, get $2 back. You will do that all day long. And this explains why companies that specialize in this area, like AppLovin, for example, now have a market cap in excess of $200 billion. It's because they understood that premise, and they're basically selling money. And when you can do that, and this is something that I think general advertisers need to take note of, what has happened in gaming to take advantage of the opportunity with this incredible inventory, this massive and very engaged audience, as a way for them to get performance in a world, let's face it, it's getting harder and harder to get performance.
Well, along with those advertisers, I'm going to confess my own lack of understanding or ignorance. I was kind of surprised to find that there is a huge overlap in terms of screens, in terms of dual viewing of CTV and gaming. So with that in mind, with that sense, there's an engagement across those screens, what should advertisers be focusing on in terms of understanding that dual screen behavior? What are the opportunities there?
Yeah, so dual screen behavior is very akin to television, in the sense that, every show you watch on television, like every game you play, you have your mobile phone with you. And the only reason why that's true is because you always have your phone with you. I could tell you, it's within 2 feet when you're on the toilet doing whatever you want to do. But the point is, having that dual screen functionality means that you don't have to either have a format that is unnatural for users, like a QR code. It's just, okay, we could take pictures of our TV screens, but we don't. And you're not interrupting the user. They can continue to play their game, and you can do messaging on your second screen. Besides, it's also an identity device, your mobile phone, so it connects you with identity and allows for a conversion mechanism in conjunction with the primary advertising screen on the wall in the living room.
So lastly, again, looking at that sense of convergence between gaming, commerce, where do you see the biggest white space for innovation likely to emerge?
Well, again, I think the gaming provides an opportunity for conversion in a way that could deliver lessons to the rest of Madison Avenue. And now that we're, quote unquote, in the outcomes era, and there is becoming a blurring of the lines between brand and performance, I think general marketers would be well served to look at what's taking place in mobile and casual and console gaming advertising. So I think an interesting opportunity for gaming advertising is the fact that television, of course, is going through this migration from linear, cable bundles, broadcast, to streaming. And when that happens, you essentially limit the amount of ad inventory because of the lower ad load in the pods on streaming and the fact that some streaming viewing is subscription. So television was a supply-constrained media channel. As it moves to CTV, but for the introduction of Amazon Prime advertising, it's largely going to make that supply constraint worse. And in a supply-constrained world, it's not as though marketers need to find areas where they can get high-impact advertising in a way with an engaged audience and a scaled audience and a valuable demo audience. Enter gaming. So I think of gaming advertising as, in particular console, as an opportunity to sort of recategorize that inventory as effectively CTV and therefore suitable for those budgets now looking for a home now that there's supply constraint.
Okay, fine.